superhero with the cape. You running by, you like catch a glimpse of him out there behind the scenes. So really cool to get to see them honoring him and what he dedicated over 50 years of his life to just showing up at Gator games in an effort to try to get the crowd to support the team.
Very cool moment at the Swamp just a few minutes ago. The Gators play their first game in 2 weeks after not playing last week since they played in week 0. Okay, our game, Ole Miss, Arkansas. He answered, what offense does he expect to get going if one of them does? Which one do you think?
I'm going to go on the other side. I think Ole Miss can get things going. What turned them into such a poor offensive output last week was the lack of protection.
Turn the fan off.
10 tackles for loss, whether it was passing game or the run game. Too much penetration allowed. I think they'll go back. I think they'll solidify things on that offensive line, and they do have some weapons that they can use there. I want to see Scotty Phillips get going a little bit more than he was able to last week, but it all starts up front with the protection and the block.
Yeah, and you talked about Scotty Phillips. The run game in this offense has to get going for it to be a productive offense. That's what they do. It's kind of an option-ish offense from shotgun. And what happens with that? All the play action comes off of that, and you can throw it downfield.
All right, that game coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll get you out to Oxford here shortly. Tennessee at home against BYU. I've been told this is crazy. We've not seen this yet. I still don't know what happened. What happened?
Looked like he was trying to throw the
tipped ball. Who's doing anything like that? Can't even tell. Juwan Jones it was. Okay, so there you go. Off the tipped ball from Jarrett Garantano. And Tennessee strikes first against BYU. Fair to say this is a virtual must-win for Jeremy Pruitt's team?
I would say that
after the loss to Georgia State.
I would say it's imperative.
And not virtual, it is a must-win.
It is a must-win.
100% it's imperative they win tonight and look much better. But I will say this, you go back and look at last week's game, a lot of correctable things, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, which is mainly misalignments and misassignments. You can fix that, and you can fix it quick.
I'm concerned about the offensive line and defense.
No Fortnite.
Around last week. See how they do against this BYU front.
We got 6 games with SEC teams going on. We'll keep you posted on what's going on all night. See what games over. See at halftime as well.
You're supposed to be
We
showing.
welcome you to Kroger Field on the campus of the University of Kentucky. There is a new field to the sport of college football here in the Bluegrass State as Mark Stoops has continued to make progress in all 6 of his years as head coach, culminated by a historic 10-win season a year ago. With that success, of course, comes higher expectations. They now expect to rebuild and not reload. Gone are superstars Josh Allen and the all-time leading rusher Benny Snell. But back is the quarterback, the starting quarterback Terry Wilson, who hopes to be the new pulse of this offense, which still has plenty of weapons around it to work with. Kentucky is going back-to-back MAC as the Wildcats battle Eastern Michigan. And with that, we say hello and welcome Mike Morgan alongside the former Georgia quarterback Hudson Mason. Hudson, a lot of buzz in the air following last year, a 1-0 start to this year. And the question becomes, can Kentucky now continue that level of success?
Yeah, absolutely, I believe they can. It's all about proving that last year wasn't a fluke. Meeting new expectations. They win 10 games. They beat Penn State in the Citrus Bowl. They're 11-3 in the past 14 games, which is second best in the SEC, only behind Nick Saban and Alabama. It's wide open for
second in the SEC.
What about that?
Second, you tell me we can't beat Bama.
Kentucky finishes second a year ago. So
here they come.
Why not, as the Wildcats come out on the field, why not at least second place in 2019?
Why not Kentucky is the ultimate question. I see a top-heavy conference. Obviously, Georgia is the best team. But after that, you see a Florida team. I think they're a good team. Not great yet. Tennessee, South Carolina, Missouri with a nice bounce-back win today over West Virginia. But there's no doubt in my mind that Kentucky has the players. It's about consistency. And in this league, it's about what have you done for me lately. Lately, it's right now and it's this year for the Wildcats.
It's also about leadership for any successful team. They had the ultimate leader in Benny Snell. Now that turns over to the quarterback, Terry Wilson.
Yeah, the coaches keep telling them the one phrase they're reiterating is just let it rip, Terry. We trust you. You're the quarterback. You don't have to look over your shoulder for job security. Receivers, and the success of this team, no doubt, hinges on the right arm of Terry Wilson.
Eastern Michigan has a pretty dangerous quarterback of their own in Mike Glass.
Yeah, Mike Glass, 20 of 22 last week. 90% completion completion rate. He had a drop. I'll tell you, as a former quarterback, it's hard to go 20 for 22 in routes on air, let alone against another Division I defense. He's extremely accurate. He plays games with defenses with his mind. Deep ball accuracy is the storyline for him to watch today. They've got to get some explosive plays against the Wildcat defense.
Well, the rate of success for Kentucky has been a very special source of motivation, and for more on that, here's Taylor Davis.
Absolutely, Mike. That source of motivation is found in offensive line coach John Schlarman, who's in the midst of his fight with cholangiocarcinoma, a rare aggressive form of cancer that affects the liver and intestine. He was diagnosed in July of 2018 and ever since has been traveling back and forth to Houston, Texas to undergo treatment. But in spite of everything he has been through, his commitment to this program has never wavered. Since his diagnosis, he has not missed a game, and the only time he has missed a practice is if he was traveling for treatment. In fact, guys, he was just in Houston for treatment.
Yeah, I thought he was going to the dry
He
game.
flew back last night and is here today, ready for game 2. The players, the coaches, they all say the same thing. He is a warrior, and he has given them a new perspective on how to handle adversity. The program has even created these bracelets you'll see a lot of the staff wearing here today. They say hashtag Schlarman Strong. They also say JP on 3 in honor of defensive lineman Josh Paschal, who was diagnosed with melanoma last season. So this Kentucky team is playing for a lot more than just football, guys. And our thoughts and prayers are with John Schlarman as he continues his battle. Mike?
Taylor, great stuff, and we certainly echo those sentiments.
Wait,
here.
you live on YouTube?
Josh Paschal will be starting again tonight. He is back 100% and ready to go. We mentioned this can be a trap game, a very dangerous game whenever you're playing somebody out of the MAC. And 2 years ago, Kentucky almost found that out the hard way. This is the final play of the game. Kentucky's only up 4
John,
points. If this pass is complete, Eastern Michigan pulls off the upset, but the Eagles would fall short.
My turn.
Sean, no!
Kentucky survives. Remember, that was at a point where this program was still trying to turn the corner and make it to that next step. A loss at home against Eastern Michigan would have been very detrimental. No question, Mark Stoops and company will not take this game for granted here today. The Eagles won the toss and deferred. Kentucky's going to get it first. Line will kick it off for Eastern Michigan. A very dangerous with Bowden back to receive. Bowden, one of the fastest weapons in the Southeastern Conference. And he'll let this one bounce into the end zone. It'll be Kentucky football, 1st and 10 from the 25. Another good crowd on hand for the Wildcats. And they'll be cheering on the starting quarterback, Terry Wilson.
Terry Wilson, the second-year starter. Coaches talked about how they want to let him rip the ball more, trusting his receivers, reciprocating that trust to some players like Ahmad Wagner and Bryce Oliver. And for him, he said, last year my eyes were wide. Second year in the system, things should slow down. Let's see how things progress for him as a pocket passer.
They start off in a split twins look here. 4 in the formation, pass is low and incomplete to Bowden. So the first one a little below the target out of the right hand of Terry Wilson.
Well, Bowden and here, they talk about him a lot. They feel like he's the best receiver they've seen with the ceiling just as high as Randall Cobb. 60 catches last year for over 1,000 yards was the most by any sophomore in school history.
4 receivers to the far side on second down. Wilson going to hand it off. It's jammed up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. It'll be 3rd down and long as we take a look at the impact players.
Yeah, shut
Hey, let's take a look at
please.
Lynn Jr.
I don't want to hear it.
Right there, receiver.
You just shut your mouth. I did not say nothing about Alabama.
That makes him really, really good. And then
Quiet.
defensive back Kevin McGill for the Eagles. Here's a secondary that had 3 interceptions. He had one of them last week. Defensive coordinator for Eastern Michigan said we cannot give up the deep plays. Well, you'll see the matchup all day between Lynn Bowden and Kevin McGill.
A.J. Rose, the linebacker, on 3rd down. Wilson the time. Good pocket. Rifles one complete. Boy, he lasered that between 2 defenders to Lynn Bowden, the junior out of Youngstown, Ohio. 11 yards and a 1st down.
And this is what Eddie Grant, offensive coordinator, talked about. Trusting your protection. 5 returning starters on the offensive line. There he finds Bowden across the middle. Usually, you saw last year, that's why Terry will scramble. 3rd and long right there. He keeps his eyes downfield, feels the pressure, is not looking at it, and delivers a strike. A crucial first down last week, slow start for the Wildcats.
First down, Wilson going deep down the sideline for Bowden. It's off his hands, trying to make it over the shoulder grab.
Bowden, it's Bowden, not Bowden.
You can see the elite top-end speed here against McGill that we highlighted in the beginning. Terry Wilson drops it right in the bucket, right where you want to put it. That's a good sign early on of Terry Wilson.
Wilson killing off. Very accurate day in week 1, a win against Toledo. Very confident young man. When we talked to him yesterday, feels like this is now his offense. He looks forward to really progressing as a passer this year. On the ground, Kentucky gobbling up some more yards as the drive continues. It'll set up a third down and about 3. A gain of 6 on the play for Rose.
Mentioned last week against Toledo, it was 3 and out for this offense, and really a slow start. It's imperative for the Wildcats to come out fast, find completions for Terry Wilson, but this is a part of the game last week in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, where they really struggled offensively.
Kentucky already 1 for 1 on 3rd down on the drive. Wilson out of the gun. What's coming? Wilson going to tuck it and run. Wilson.
Oh, baby, go!
Tiptoes out of bounds.
Nah, you can't tell me he's turned over Terry Wilson.
Well, Eastern Michigan's going to bring a 6-man pressure.
We're going to drop 5 spots.
Terry Wilson goes off, and this is what makes him so dangerous. It's the threat that he brings with his legs as a quarterback, and the better he can become as a pocket passer, the more opportunities and windows and rush lanes that will open up for him to take the next step as a runner.
15 yards for the former Oregon Duck. On first down, Wilson, quick hitter. In the flat, it's Bowden. Evades one tackler and then fumbled the football.
You were doing that
Kentucky pounced on it. It will be Kentucky football.
Well, then Bowden's starting to be Butterfingers this year. He fumbled once or twice last week.
2 fumbles last week, 1 in the red zone for the Wildcats, and then 1 in the middle of the field by Bowden. Obviously, ball security is a big emphasis this week in practice.
7th play of the drive. Kentucky facing the 2nd down and 10. Their option play. And a late penalty flag is flying in. Rose on the carry. He scoots for 3, but we'll see what the laundry's all about.
Usually when the ball gets pitched to the perimeter like that, it's a holding on one of your receivers.
Holding. Offense.
What?
10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 2nd down.
So
From the
junior
end
wide
of the
out
run.
Josh Ali.
Come on, Josh Ali.
So different look to this Kentucky offense without seeing Benny Snell. You're talking about a guy that ran for nearly 4,000 yards, obviously the heart and soul of the offense. And you look out there, they lost a couple wide receivers as well. But they've got their whole offensive line back. They've got their quarterback back. And they really do like Rose and Cavassier Smoke at tailback. 2nd and 17. O'Flair out to the near side. We'll get some of the yardage back. Rose gobbles up 5.
I think what you're seeing here early on is an emphasis by Eddie Grant, offensive coordinator, to just get his best athletes the ball in space. He has a touch chart that he brings in every single week. And whether it's Bowden, whether it's Rose or Smoke, whether it's screens, jailbreak screens, whatever it is to get your guys in space and manipulate space, you can see Eddie Grant right there, been calling plays here, done a phenomenal job the past season for Kentucky.
More than a decade of coaching experience in the SEC alone. Wilson scrambling.
Throw that ball.
Still on the run and will be sacked. Great job defensively by Eastern Michigan. That'll be a loss of a yard. Simeon on the stop, number 95. So Max Duffy, who is a weapon at punter, the Aussie. One of the top punters in the country. And look at a rugby style. Right towards the boundary inside the 10. Perfectly executed by the Kentucky special teams. 35-yard punt, no return.
At Zaxby's, the Sensation Salad is back. And introducing the new Sensation Filet Sandwich Meal with hand-breaded chicken, Asian slaw, wonton strips, and citrus vinaigrette. Both served with an egg roll. The Sensation Salad and Filet Sandwich Meal. Only at Zaxby's.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my team. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. Your cut rate car insurance, they might not pay for this. Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Man, I know where I can get that.
Gear up for fall at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
On an all-new season of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Welcome to Fansville's 150th anniversary tailgate.
Go State.
He said steak.
Somebody get him a Dr. Pepper.
Snack. Fansville. From Fan Arbor, East Fancy, Kansas City, Kansas.
There's a new grill master in town.
Go State.
Huh?
Lacrosse.
The fastest growing sport in America.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Gonna be a big year.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo
We got some.
or to carry on a legacy? It shows strength or its sign of intelligence. In crossing harsh terrain or breaking new ground. This is the Mercedes-Benz SUV family. This is the time to get an exceptional offer on the Mercedes of your midsummer dreams at the Mercedes-Benz summer event going on now. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
A memorable season for Kentucky football last year, their best since 1977. 10 wins, including a bowl victory over Penn State. Historic win against the Florida Gators. Mark Stoops, SEC Coach of the Year. Josh Allen, now with the Jacksonville Jaguars, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Benny Snell atop the all-time rushing mark in Kentucky history. And again, they ended that nasty 31-game losing streak in the swamp. Blew out Louisville. That's always exciting around these parts. And anytime you knock off one of the blue bloods like Penn State in a bowl game, that is more than historic and memorable. And again, Mark Stoops wants to
Get 'em, boys.
make sure they sustain that level of success.
Got him!
Flash in the pan around here, as you see the first look at the Eastern Michigan offense led by the quarterback Mike Glass, a senior.
Yeah, Mike Glass, boy, is he lethal with his accuracy. 20 of 22 last week against Coastal Carolina. I think the two things to watch out for today are number one.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off chat box.
Discourage the blitz. Kentucky's going to play man and bring pressure. And number two is deep ball accuracy.
Nothing doing on that play. A big-time loss.
Joshua Pascal sacked that quarterback, baby.
And the open, you heard Taylor Davis give the story. How great is it to see that young man making plays?
Well, the people in these parts of the town, especially the football program, really feel like his ceiling is just as high as Bud Dupree and Josh Allen, and that's high compliments. 4 tackles, a sack, the TFL, a forced fumble. This is a long lineage in Kentucky of having great pass rushers. He's the next guy in line.
Eagles in a precarious spot, 3rd and 14 from their own 5. Glass from the end zone, just trying to dump it off. Safe pass and not much doing there either. Kentucky
They can't do nothing.
stymieing that drive.
I can't see nothing because that goddamn phone in the way.
The captain, the middle linebacker on the stop, and Kentucky forces a 3-and-out.
About Cash Daniel, the emotional leader of this team, played with a broken hand all last year after the Vanderbilt game. He's the commander-in-chief of this defense, getting everybody lined up.
Good looking punt. Back Joseph Bowden, he'll collect it on a high hop at the 45, going the long way.
He's gone.
Bowden weaving his way past
He's gone. You remember this play from last year? We going in for a touchdown.
49-yard punt and a 29-yard return.
You're going to see a tremendous punt in terms of hang time here, and Bowden, who's extremely lethal, is going to catch the ball off the bounce. But I'm going to highlight Wagner number here, 14 right here, as you see him. That's number 44 for Kentucky. There's a new rule in college football, blindside block. It's a great job of pulling up. Using the 15-yard penalty.
I found it on I'm streaming it off my TV. It's on SEC alternate. Let me type it in the chat.
On this team, and everybody believes he's poised for a breakthrough year.
Yeah, I think they've got more depth, Mike, at the run. We can carry it 30 times a game yet. But you look at the trio of backs, they all bring a different skill set to the game.
Second and 5, and end around. Whole lot of daylight.
He's gone. Bowden, baby.
Lynn Bowden with a very busy first quarter, 13 yards on that scamper.
Graham was dead serious. He told us this week that he was going to get Bowden involved. We've seen him in the screen game. Now the pitch reverse, great perimeter blocking. Sets up Kentucky inside the red zone.
First down and goal for the 8.
Why is it freezing in here?
It's Rose. Straight ahead.
See, now you know what? That pisses me off.
Kentucky.
Kentucky just did what I don't like about Kentucky football. That's why they used to do Randall Cobb. Use Randall Cobb, which is Lynn Bowden. Lynn Bowden plays the same kind of shit like Randall Cobb. Great player. Use Lynn Bowden to get him down the field, then take him out of the game and let somebody else fucking score. That's how they got beat. I remember that year when we got beat by Tennessee with itself. Get them down the field and they take them out of the damn game. Then they couldn't score. That's the reason why I don't like Kentucky football. Yes, they did score there, but that should have been Lynn Bowden taking that damn ball in, not Rose Jr. Now all the credit went to Rose Jr. and he didn't even do shit that drive. It was Lynn Bowden did it all. Did the punt return and then had that damn run. Then they take him out.
Get over it.
It's bullshit.
Get over it.
Look what you're doing to her. Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. We think you would really shine in the Aflac program.
Aflac? Coach Saban, we have health insurance.
Did health insurance pay for everything? No. We still have bills. Aflac gives you and your deductibles, knee brace, whatever you choose.
Aflac sounds like a winner for me.
We try.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of the SEC.
As a financial advisor, I tell my clients not to worry about changing their minds in retirement. You may have always imagined your dream car as something fast. Then one day you decide it just needs to be safe enough to get her to college and back.
We can help you plan for that. Start today at principal.com.
Welcome to the Hall of Flags. Today we take a stroll down memory lane to see how these other OTC medicines compare to Zysol, the latest 24-hour allergy relief. You see, Zysol lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, works faster than Claritin, and on first dose provides the same relief as Zyrtec at nearly half the size. So for the latest and powerful relief that's just as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1, be wise all. Take Zysol.
Sir, please don't touch the exhibit. Who do you think of when I say hero? Is it someone in a cape, or is it someone you know? In SEC country, being a hero means tutoring a struggling student,
4 people.
feeding hungry neighbors in your community, or showing up at a hospital to make a child's day a little brighter. Heroes are all around us, and Belk wants to celebrate them with what we're calling Project Hometown Heroes. We'll show you everyday heroes that are strengthening the communities around the SEC. Now, who do you think of when I say hero? Learn more at belts.com/Project Hometown.
Kentucky leading Eastern Michigan out of the MAC Conference by a score of 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can see just the vision, and that's what they talked about from these running backs. Being patient, getting to the line of scrimmage, waiting for your blocks to set off, and then exploding through the line of scrimmage. Great job by Drake Jackson, left guard Logan Steinberg right there. Great to crease. You see why there's a lot of excitement at Kentucky about these three running backs, whether it's A.J. Rose, Smoke, Christopher Rodriguez. They really feel like they would be able to disperse the carries evenly between these three backs. And in the SEC, as we see some Georgia and Alabama, you better have some depth if you want to compete with
I got my alert box set up.
Yeah, we just saw Win Bowden certainly did a lot to set up that touchdown run with the return and the end around. The touchback for the Eagles. Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Thinking Out Loud, presented by Regions Bank, is back for another season with Ray McElroy and Marcus Spears. They'll break down the weekend on the gridiron and talk about the hottest topics for the coming week.
Let me look that up.
On the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Alongside Hudson Mason, Mike Morgan with you. Taylor Davis patrolling the sidelines for us tonight. On a beautiful night here at Kroger Field in Lexington. Could not ask for better weather. Really couldn't ask for a better buzz around this program. The momentum from last year has carried into this season. Great crowds for both home games thus far. Kentucky trying to get off to a 2-0 start.
They don't have that.
Sorry, shotgun, quick pass to Sam. Completes it at the 30. And shoved out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. That's Arthur Jackson. Mike Glass extremely accurate. He was 20 of 22 last week. One of those misfires was actually a drop, so he basically played a perfect game a week ago and went over Coastal Carolina. Some of it is accuracy, and a lot of it, too, is just knowing where to go with the football. Quick run. And bulldozing his way for a first down is Shaq Van, the sixth-year senior out of South Bend, Indiana.
You got this already.
The story of Shaq Van. You mentioned it, 6 year of eligibility. I really love how he complements. You got a veteran quarterback, a veteran running back, and he's been in this system. But I think yards after contact, for Eastern Michigan to have a chance at all today, it's going to be in space, yards after contact for Van.
He's not going nowhere.
Counters to the right side for a couple. How about the impact players on offense and defense?
Yeah, we just mentioned Shaq Van. 6th year in this system, knows everything, complete back, can run, can catch, can pass protect. And how about Josh Pascal on the other side? Everybody really, really loves this kid, and when you turn on the tape, you see why. He can rush the passer, but he's not just a predictable pass rusher in passing situations. Last week, a sack, a TFL 4 tackles. He's a complete pass rusher, and hopefully going to carry on the rich lineage here of elite pass rushers for this Kentucky defense.
All he's trying to do is fill the void of what Josh Allen, he had the 31.5 career sacks. 4-man rush here. Another pass on target from Glass. Now for the Eagles offense within 2 yards.
Try that, Blake.
Yeah, Matthew Sexton with the catch. And you're seeing here early on, especially here at 3rd and 2, they want the ball out quick for Mike Glass. Especially they've got a freshman right tackle, Brian Dooley, going up.
Yeah, it's UKMS. Yes, SEC alternate, right? Yeah.
I'm letting the horses run.
On 3rd and short, they're trying to run it.
He ain't going nowhere.
Kentucky defense. DeAndre Square, the will linebacker, on the tackle.
Yeah, it's Josh Pascal that doesn't get beat outside for contain. And then it's all hats to the football. DeAndre Square with 11 tackles and an interception last week. Latash Daniel at the Mike linebacker. Jamar Watson at Sam get a lot of love. But I think a guy that's flying under the radar is DeAndre Square at the will linebacker position for Kentucky.
11 tackles for Square a week ago in the win against Toledo. He's put on 20 pounds this year. Looks more like an SEC linebacker. So being bouncing kick away from Bowden, not surprisingly, and it finally rolls down to 10. 48-yard punt. No return. 7-0 Kentucky.
Right, I can't do that. I keep it down.
What is a 16 and a half?
Yeah.
Kentucky next week.
God dang it.
Your turn to keep watch Lima. Wake me up if you see anything.
Every time I get a charger, it's always breaking or something. Freaking piece of crap Dollar Tree brand. Give me a second.
Some Saturdays, coaches and players have been missing, all fighting unimportant battles. The lucky ones return to be led by field general Roger Ewing, 100-yard battlefield.
Colorado beat Nebraska.
Bam!
34-31. Florida's down 10-0. No, they're up 3-0. Tulane's beating Auburn 3-0.
Let's go.
And UCF's beating FAU.
I'm asking you to finish this. Cancer and life.
Tennessee's up 7-3. Louisville's winning.
Who's Louisville playing?
Okay.
Cancer is a mindless.
Louisville's playing
It shows up in the middle of the night, in the middle of your life.
My dad is still in contact with
Florida State's only up 3.
Okay.
I never delete my dad. Because of all the donations, research, and support, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
Look, Georgia State beats.
Yeah, screw Louisville.
Oh, look, Georgia State beat Tennessee last
This
week.
dude voice says screw
Will
Louisville.
ya?
He's time to say screw.
Georgia State beat Tennessee last week. Look what they're doing against Furman.
It doesn't define me. I believe that they can.
Right, who else is beating me?
Furman's beating Georgia State. Look, Wyoming beat Missouri last week. Now they're losing to Texas State.
Kentucky leading at 7-0. Sun setting here in Lexington. Beautiful night for the Wildcats. It was a beautiful season last year for Kentucky. Of course, 10 wins. And with that, you're going to have some players that move on to bigger and better things. Top 10 draft pick Josh Allen, the all-time sack leader. Lonnie Johnson, second-round draft pick of the Texans. Mike Edwards, 99.
Now, man, William.
I said, let me go shut it.
Not exactly a scout.
Don't call my name out.
Overall, but you know the productivity.
Georgia sponsor,
Raleigh. Three of the guys in the secondary actually made NFL rosters, one of them undrafted, so they completely lost their entire secondary and defense, Hudson. At some point, that's going to be a focal point. Other teams are going to attack it. Wilson looking to attack. On a deep ball here, watching over the middle. Into double coverage, and incomplete. The ball was underthrown. Josh Ali was the intended target.
He's been drinking my fusion.
Josh Ali, they dial it up on 1st and 10.
Yesterday.
Did Josh Ali call it?
And Terry Wilson just needs to keep the receiver moving. We'll grab around the waist there by Freddie McGee. Lucky the little yellow flag wasn't thrown. But you hit on the key part of that pass, Hudson, and that is the ball's underthrown. There was a flag thrown.
Ineligible downfield, number 83 on the offense, covered up by number 6. The penalty is declined. Second down.
It's on the tight end, Justin Rigg. But this is something we need to keep an eye out. Terry Wilson and his mechanics. And he admitted to us, you know, technically he needs to be better. He talked about balance. He talked about being loaded. What does he mean by being loaded? Well, loaded just means you've got your weight on your back leg so you can drive to the football and make all the throws. And
Pirates
talked about it this week. When he does make the wrong read, he at least knows why now. Wilson, gonna let it rip here if they get out of trouble. Now he's got to tuck it and run. Penalty flag falls.
Yes, it is, because Kentucky don't know how to freaking...
The quarterback, Wilson. You're going to get holding here on Kentucky.
Holding, offense, number 88. Penalty is declined. Third down.
Loss of a yard of the play anyway.
He's going to be the next Jordan Jones.
Going in the wrong direction now. It's 3rd down and 11 from the 9-yard line. Kentucky 2 of 3 on 3rd down thus far. And here you are in a predictable passing situation, which is everybody wants to see. When a defense knows that Terry Wilson is going to throw the ball, you see 3 pass rushers right now from Eastern Michigan. They're going to drop 8 into coverage, and you find a window. Wilson lasers one complete. And you see the glimpses right there. He does have a strong arm.
First down.
And again, going back to the mechanics. Watch his base. His feet are always up underneath him. His hips are pointed to the target. He's going through his progression, trusting the offensive line. And it's not easy to find a receiver when a team drops 8 into coverage, but he uses some eye manipulation to move to underneath coverage. Finds a nice completion on 3rd and long.
You like the mechanics there. First down. To the ground. And breaking tackles and picking up first down yardage. Bowden took the snap. Wilson was actually a decoy on that play. Kentucky gets 13 yards out of it.
Is that Rodriguez?
I think that was Chris Rodriguez.
Again, Wilson lined
Says
up
I have 11 people watching up there.
Bowden, the Wildcat. Thanks to Hannah. Bowden's going to throw. Bowden's got him in right.
Touchdown, baby. That's Terry Wilson called it.
Bowden was a quarterback in high school and threw a good ball here.
Well, if you're not going to cover him, he just runs a fake bubble screen, and there's no defensive back out.
Look at that.
Bowden to just have some natural reaction and feel it. And Bowden, the former quarterback in high school, that's what everybody says. Quarterback in high school, the Wildcat, he's a Swiss Army knife.
That is the name that you
Don't
want to
count him out.
Bowden.
Look, Easterman.
That is royalty in Kentucky football history. Timeout on the field. Kentucky up 7 and on the move.
No, he's not. You know, he played all season last year with a broken ankle. Yes, he played half the season. His part, he had a broken foot, something like that, and he played all season last year. Yes, he did. Look it up.
So we can all enjoy.
It tells you he's better than Tua Tagovailoa because if Tua got hurt, he gets set out. That's why Kentucky gets those quarterbacks.
Tua got hurt and set out. Tua just started against LSU and scampered for a 45-yard touchdown.
Tua can't do that. Why did Terry Touchdown Wilson do? Just called pass and Tua can't do that.
Tua's caught 2 touchdown passes in his Alabama career.
No.
Yes, he has.
No, honey. Kansas is up.
You'll see Tua in the NFL. You won't see Terry Wilson playing in the NFL.
Dang, 14. Actually, y'all do drop a like and subscribe. Kentucky 7.
Play here in the first quarter. Kentucky on top of Eastern Michigan by a score of 7-0.
Really?
And the Eastern Michigan head coach Chris Creighton now in his 6th year with the
Come on,
program.
Kentucky.
He was a head coach for 17 years at the lower levels. Talking about paying your dues. Got this job and immediately made an impact. It wasn't that long ago. Eastern Michigan went on a really dubious stretch. They went 7-41 from
But he
2012
played
to
Kentucky tough
2015.
last time they was
He's won
here.
2 bowl games in the last 3 years. It is a well-coached team. It is a program that is not to be taken lightly. On first down, Wilson again with time. Another deep ball and overshoots the intended target.
Flag.
Wagner, and guess what?
He's the one that caused it.
He's always got passing
Wagner, because he's now been targeted 10 times. He has drawn 6 pass interference penalties.
I've never seen anything like this a day of my life. I mean,
He's always causing them pass interference.
Catches as a Kentucky Wildcat.
I love that kid, Muhammad Wagner.
Here, and he's 6'5", and the coaches and Terry Wilson.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 62 on the offense. Pass interference on the defense. On penalties offset. Replay first down.
That's the coaching.
Eastern
What?
Michigan catches a break there.
On both of them?
But it is. I've never heard a stat like that. It's kind of
an ineligible receiver going
a
down the
weapon
field.
that Kentucky hasn't had. They had a lot of really quick receivers the last couple of years, but he goes 6'5". Again, a former basketball player, as you mentioned. Incredible hops. He's long. And if you throw him a jump ball, he's not going to lose many of them. We saw it last week in the red zone. He drew a flag on a jump ball. Take 2 on 1st and 10. Oh, great jump cut to the outside. 15, 10, 5. Diving for the pylon. Touchdown. Cavassier Smoke. 22 yards and a score. for the redshirt freshman. We've seen a lot of A.J. Rose.
Touchdown, Kentucky.
As Kentucky fans and coaches alike, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the traits of a running back. He checks all of them: patience, agility, side to side, and really what you saw there is the second verse.
Smoke, don't be doing over Ezekiel Elliott.
Again, I think this is what Kentucky Wildcats fans should be extremely excited about.
Shut up, Kim.
This year. Great offensive line, 1 to 5, left tackle to right tackle, but the depth at the running back position, Rose and Smoke,
I was going to get mine.
and they can bring a lot of different things to the table.
He's already first team, all-name team. Classier smoking something out of
I have 23 people watching.
Hollywood. 6-play, 90-yard
23 people watching.
By the 32-yard score.
They always say front side blocks lead to first down and backside blocks lead to touchdown. Look at the combination.
Tell them the Vikings suck.
And I'm going to highlight the left tackle and left guard, Landon Young and Logan Stenberg. That is moving somebody off the line of scrimmage. And then the patience by Smoke, the cutback. And it's always the cutback blocks that ultimately lead to touchdowns. That should get Kentucky Wildcat fans excited. The cut, the vision, and then the second burst to the second level.
He goes 5'9", 225 pounds. And like most great running backs, the coaching staff, when they talked about specifically what he does well, he's a bruiser, but he's got great hits.
Well, I think what you see there in that clip, and you're exactly right, is he just makes a guy miss. You know, you can block the box, but ultimately you're on scholarship for a reason. And that's to make the safety or the corner who's unaccounted for miss in space.
Guys, if you haven't already did so, make sure you do subscribe. And there they are, Tim.
Number 7, you see what he's done in the first 6 years. This was a rebuild, make no mistake about it. He took over the program, it was in shambles. Year number 1, 2 wins, then 5 again, back-to-back 7-win campaigns, and last year, it all came together. A historic year in Kentucky football.
I brought this up to him this week and just talking about how it seems like there's no more patience in college football to build a program. They want you to win now. And I brought that up. He got a little defensive. He said, well, you know, all we've done is win. All we've done is stack wins, 2. It may be small, and now it's large enough for people to actually notice it.
The only program in the country to not take a step back in wins in the last 6 years. And the question becomes, can Kentucky be consistently good?
Thanks for streaming the game. I can't get it here for
Stoops
some reason.
No
problem.
Well, it's just a basketball school and you can't be good at football. I think it's nonsense. There's no reason why you can't be good at football.
Hit him!
Mr. Michigan good on that run.
He ain't going nowhere.
Shot Jack Van straight ahead for 8 yards.
He scored on his first play of Alabama's play.
I had a chance to talk to head coach John Calipari
No,
of the
it
basketball
was not Jerry Judy.
He knows better too about turnover and
No,
losing
Scott,
guys.
you
He
can
does
shut
it
up.
every year. Coach Cal just said, hang in there.
We're winning 14 to nothing.
Why go find another coach in the country when you can walk?
This ain't high school, this is college.
He goes through that every single year.
Yeah, you better not go to South Dakota, boy. They got... Is that Quentin Bohanna?
Big Mark Long McCall, 365 pounds.
God damn!
You talk to Brad White, the defensive coordinator.
365 pounds.
The guys who really are more of the assist man. They're like John Stockton. You know, the great assists soaking up double teams. So guys like Cash Daniel, DeAndre Square can actually.
Nah, you ain't talking about my high school.
Short.
He's hit. He's down. Sack.
A loss of 13.
What person was the one that hit that person? I think that was Joshua Pascal. Now look. Look who it is. DeAndre Square. And Cash Daniels getting the assist. We're 0-3, Scott.
Really about the future of that position with Josh Pascal, who's a sophomore, and Jordan Wright, his length, also only a sophomore.
rugby style punt. Bowden might not get a chance to return another one all night. As the punt rolls out of bounds at the 30, that'll be the final play of quarter number 1.
Quarter 1 over.
Dominated by the Wildcats. 14-0 Kentucky. Trying to improve to 2-0.
End of the first quarter.
Only 2 wins they're going to get.
You crazy? You see what they're doing, DeAndre Square
That's Eastern Michigan. Wait till they play the Gators next week.
Gators ain't going to do crap.
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. You should be out there celebrating.
This is college.
This team sure in the hell can't beat Bama.
Another trace.
Clemson barely even won.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of
They won by 14. Kentucky can't beat Clemson.
Kentucky could. Clemson, Texas A&M is underrated.
Kentucky can't beat
Family
Clemson.
Taco Night is a heartburn
If
night.
Kentucky could beat Clemson, you know they can beat Alabama.
You didn't expect.
They can't beat Clemson.
Yeah, they can.
That's how you beat Georgetown College.
Oh, you crazy.
They can't even beat Great Crossings High School.
You crazy. DeAndre Square will light on. Back up.
No, they can't beat Bama. Guess we'll find that out in about 4 years.
We'll find it out in 4 years when the Cats come rolling tide over Alabama.
You're crazy as hell.
Yes, sir.
How am I crazy? I'm just telling the truth.
Who do
By the
you
time
think
we
of
play
when I say hero?
Kentucky
Is it
again,
someone in the Cape,
they'll have
or is
3
it
more
someone you
national
know?
championships
In
under
SEC
their.
country, being
No.
a hero means tutoring a
Kentucky
struggling
be
student,
hosting the
feeding
defending
hungry
national
neighbors in your
champions in
community, or showing up at a
2023.
hospital to make a child's day a little brighter. Heroes are all around us, and Bells wants to celebrate
Okay, I need
what
to
we're calling
bop you.
Project Hometown Heroes.
Keep calm, Eastern Michigan. Y'all gonna come back and
Strengthening
win.
the communities around the SEC.
How
Now,
many
who
people
do you
you got
think of
viewing it?
when I say
19.
Learn more at bells.com.
I'm telling you, 19, 20 people. Yeah, I just,
But my agent was there before the
Nobody
play.
wanna watch that shit.
He said together,
I gotta get me. Stop, Scott.
we've got 25 employees who depend on us. And that's all that matters. My independent agent made sure we didn't.
Cats go rolling
I mean, we
again.
didn't miss a single payroll.
Come on, Gator boys.
Get Louisville's barely even winning 3-0 in the second quarter.
Louisville's up. They was up 14 in that a few minutes ago.
No, it's 3-0.
I'm talking about Louisville.
Are you going to be released for prevents heartburn in as little as 30 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac. Eat your way, treat your way.
Some Saturdays, coaches and players will be missing. Off fighting.
Kentucky's down 14-0, Cameron.
Yeah, we are.
Be led by Field General Robert Newman.
I'm just playing Kentucky's up 14-0.
I need a more friendly field to get the build and hold with each win and loss.
You better not fart.
They have that medal at the time. Saturdays.
Missouri beat them 38-7.
Go there.
By 31 points, William.
Kentucky's up 14-0. We ain't letting freaking Eastern Michigan score.
Kentucky beating.
In studio, let's update what's happening in Austin, Texas. LSU up 3-0. Texas got an interception inside the LSU 5 and in 4 tries were unable to get in. LSU football up 3-0, guys.
I can't use that one. Crap.
The game of the day in college football. So many implications
I don't know.
on that one. I mean,
Let's see if Kentucky can do
LSU
something
wins
here.
that
Do they
game.
got
They
the ball?
still
Yeah,
lose
Kentucky's
the
got
game
ball.
in the SEC and still make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, they could. I actually think there's a chance that 2 SEC West teams could get into this thing at the end of the year.
Dumped down.
Oh, that's targeting.
Completes it to the back row.
He hit his helmet.
Uh-oh, Ole Miss beat Arkansas.
Oh, we already know that was going to happen.
By the Wildcats, it was imperative. I mean, you feel like this game, especially offensively for Kentucky, is being played in space. Cavazier's smoke, getting involved. A lot of the running backs involved. Screens, jet sweeps.
Put my favorite running back in there for Kentucky, Chris Rodriguez.
They're trying to take
The
advantage of
Mexican dude.
53.5 yards. On second down, 4-man rush. Pass deep down the sideline. Just out of the fingertips of Bryce Oliver, the redshirt freshman
tonight.
out of Fort Lauderdale. Just beyond the reach of Bryce Oliver, and they like this kid as well. He went and got a 50-50 ball last week.
And again, it's a great ball by Terry Wilson. And those send message. I know it's not a completion, but trust me, to a defensive coordinator, they've now taken 3 shots in the first half. Just totally different, Mike, than what we saw out of them. A little bit more stagnant offensively.
Got it. Finally got one.
Messages to a defensive back in the secondary.
What? No, I finally got something. I got 26 people watching now.
Saying Terry can't be afraid of throwing picks. You got to be aggressive. Blitz coming. Wilson somehow avoids a tackle. Penalty flag falls as he throws it out of bounds. Looks like he might have got the hit on the helmet. Yeah, this would be a face mask. It'd be an automatic first down for Kentucky. Sean Simeon was providing the pressure, committed the infraction.
Yeah, let's see.
Rushing the passer and obviously didn't have a thing to account for.
Crap.
Went to try to deflect the pass.
Hold on.
The face mask.
Personal foul. Defense number 95. Contacted at the quarterback's head. 15 yards.
Yeah, I can scoot it up closer now.
See again. Here he comes. He's got a clean hit on him. And defensive lineman, why are you jumping? I think that's the question.
Ah, no, don't you dare.
Well, you're a defensive lineman. When are you taught to at a quarterback? Right. Play some chin music. Hit him. Lay him out. I think that's probably what Neil Nethry, the defensive coordinator, is screaming about in the booth next to us.
Last year, Eastern Michigan, #1 defense in the MAC, did lose several starters from a year ago. 1st and 10 from the 49. Quick pass in the front, complete to Bowden.
Bowden's down.
Gallops out of bounds.
If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all do subscribe.
Bowden's fifth touch of the game already. We saw him in a Wildcat, a long pass. Had a couple
I'm gonna right there now.
But when Kentucky gets into this 12 personnel where they use 2 tight ends, they use it a lot. It's a predominant run personnel group. So you see them trying to do a little self-scout, and they figured out.
It's gonna go away for a minute.
Balance this thing out and attack the perimeter of that personnel group.
Eagles showing blitz. They dial it up on 2nd and 3. Rose. Drop down right near the marker. Might be a yard shy. A.J. Rose. Along with Amassier Smoke. Great 1-2 punch in the backfield this year for Kentucky. And it will be 3rd and 1.
Now this is the money down.
Come on, man.
For them to stay in this
Not my cat, you
It's
stupid.
all about red zone defense, but it's about 3rd and short. They cannot allow this Kentucky offense to bleed them in the box and bleed them running the ball.
Rose the line back. Ball stopped by Wilson. Hands it off to Rose with a head of steam. On the left side of that veteran offensive line, picks up 4 in the first down.
But again, it's the left side of this offensive line. Landon Young at left tackle, who missed the season in 2018 because of a knee injury. I think this is what you're seeing, the push along the offensive line. Some of the contact being made in the box is until 5 or 6 yards down the field. That's what excites Kentucky offensively so much this year.
Michael win. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Wilson with time. Again, launching a deep ball. This time the coverage is perfect. Great defense there by the Eastern Michigan secondary, but again, Wilson with a ton of time.
Yeah, not on the page with the same page as Josh Ali, but look at this pocket. For Mississippi. I mean,
right here.
he has all day to throw it, and
Oh, wait, a little bit
was
more.
expecting the ball outside, and Terry was expecting him to run more.
A little stand, hold on, I'll be right back.
But it's like a totally different Kentucky team.
It's Michael Glenn, can you put your camera up closer to the TV? It's hard to see. I love Lynn Bowden. I went to the same high school. I want to see play every week. Go, Terry! Good job, that's my favorite player.
On the 32-yard line, it'll set up a 3rd and short. Terry Wilson out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, started his career with Oregon. Played for a couple of coaches there before transferring to Lexington. He didn't know he was going to win the job last year. It was kind of up for grabs, wound up winning it. And now really, there's no controversy of any kind. There's nobody kind of breathing down his neck. It's his job for the rest of the way.
Yeah, it felt like after that Florida win, the team
was just, and the coaching staff really was just all in on Terry Wilson, number 3, being the guy moving forward, and how healthy that is for a program. But when you don't have stability at the quarterback position, most of the time, you don't win ball games.
Wilson again using his legs. We know Wilson can do this. That was never in doubt. 7 yards. What turns out to be a carry good for a first down. Wilson, one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the Southeastern Conference.
I think this is really what can take this offense to the next level, as well as the right arm of Terry Wilson. And I thought last week, we didn't see a lot of the RPO and the quarterback runs by Wilson. I don't know if that was on purpose, if they're trying to keep their stuff close to the vest, but Florida coming on.
Huge game next week against the Gators. Good catch on ESPN. Wilson going to tuck and run again to the 15 and slides safely there. Another first down, 10 yards on that scamper.
Now you can see Kentucky just pushing tempo. And this offensive line is in great shape, wearing down this defensive line. But when you mix tempo with the ability of Terry Wilson to make plays with his legs, you can see the hands on the hips of Eastern Michigan defenders right there.
I wish I could lower it.
He wants a timeout himself.
No problem. See if I can find one on the stream.
When an accident knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, Charlie! Redzone! God, that was awesome.
Some Saturdays, coaches and players will be missing, off fighting more important battles. The lucky ones return to be led by field generals Robert Newman, 100-yard battlefield. And these more friendly few begin to build, smolder with each win and loss. And let's just say they haven't had mellow time.
Saturdays in the South, a history of SEC football. Part 2, Tuesday at 9 on SEC Network, presented by Regions Bank.
I'm here to announce my retirement from sports.
Oh, no.
The pressure it takes to play at 9 is not what I expected when I start at 5. I'm done with parents being a part of my every move, with the coaches that think I'm not strong enough.
Oh, come on. It ain't letting me zoom in. I don't know why, but
Any questions?
it should. It won't let me zoom in. Right, you know what? I'm going to see something.
Second quarter, Kentucky on top of Eastern Michigan, 14-0. Wildcats on the move again, a first down inside the red zone for Terry Wilson and company. They put together some long and effective drives in this game thus far, really have dominated this game despite the fact it's just a 2-score lead at this point. Upshaw, the tight end in motion. Wilson on first down, hands it off. Churning those legs in traffic is A.J.
No problem.
Rose for 3.
Make sure y'all do subscribe.
Losing his helmet on the play is Woo Scott. Woo Scott. It changed. He had a name before that, Marqualin, and Marqualin decided, no, I want to be known as Woo. So I'm not going to argue with him. He's 6'2", 320 pounds. He wants to be called Woo. We'll call him Woo. Whatever you want, we'll call you Woo. As long as you make tackles in the run game like you did there, you can go by whatever name you want.
wants to, and I'm sure Neil Nedry, the defensive coordinator, feels the
Well,
same
mine,
way.
make sure y'all do share the screen.
Tight formation here on 2nd and 8. Wilson looking to throw, hot pursuit, gets out of the tackle, rolling out right, and now foot race to the corner, and Howie got out of that.
Thank you, Jared Manor. Thank you for subscribing.
Picks up 4 yards all the way to the 7.
He's so slithery in the pocket, and you can see a free guy here. Rose doesn't protect off the edge. The D gap, that's Rose's
Okay, I'm
responsibility.
not worried there.
This
Hold
is
on.
why you see more coordinators and coaches trying to go after a dual threat
Let me
quarterback, somebody who's
subscribe,
not
man.
stagnant in the pocket and can ad-lib and do special things like Terry Wilson did right there.
Kentucky's been great on 3rd down, 5 of 6. This is 3rd and 1. Rose along back and throwing in motion. Rose behind the right side of the line, picks up the 1st down and then some. 4 more yards on the ground for the junior out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Just wearing down the box of Eastern Michigan, which
It
is
should be
exactly
popping up
what
now.
they're trying to prevent. Coach told
There
us
we go.
they were going to play with a light box. They got to pick and choose how they're going to defend Kentucky, and he said it was imperative. We cannot give up
Carolina's
shots.
barely
They've done a
even
good job.
beating
Kentucky's
Miami.
taking them. They haven't landed any, but in the red zone, forcing field goals and not touchdowns.
Rose alone back on 1st and goal. They feed him. Bulldozing ahead? No. And did the ball squirt out? I think the ball squirted out. It did, and Eastern Michigan recovers it. What a break for the Eagles.
Ain't Tennessee finally scored.
A.J. Rose.
Dad, shut up. I should not pay attention because of you. Dad,
They
can
had
you
this
shut
issue
up?
Last week, it was Christopher Rodriguez the first time they got to the red zone who fumbled it, and he's lucky his tight end fell on it. This time, ball security, the helmet right on the ball, and Rose fumbles.
What a hit by Terry Myrick, the linebacker.
I mean, that is exactly what you needed if you're Eastern Michigan. And you want to talk
But
about
you're
a
literally
team
on
that's
the 1
carried
yard
over
line.
from 2018 to 2019. Extremely stingy in taking the balls away is what Eastern Michigan. 4 turnovers last week against Coastal Carolina, and they were one of the best in all of college football in the turnover margin last year. How about Eastern Michigan?
Eastern Michigan, that crowd in the end zone got awfully loud, and they want to make sure they've got their ducks in a row before they snap it from their own 1 yard line. Let's check in with Dari Noka.
No problem, Michael.
All right, guys, thank you much. Let's check in on Florida taking on Tennessee. Mark, first game in 2 weeks, of course, for the Gators. Felipe Franks.
You found
To
his
a
score?
former Ole Miss Rebel, Van Jefferson. Jefferson goes 69 yards for the house. Franks is 9 for 9 to start the game. 10-0.
Now they're saying they got 13 on
Miami game, but at
body.
times was a little erratic. He could use a nice clean game. As we now send it down to Taylor Davis.
Guys, I've been spending some time on the Kentucky sideline, and I've got to say the attitude has been kind of calm up until that fumble. Coach Stoops and his staff making rounds up and down the sideline saying, this is a 2-score game. Do not get comfortable. Do not get lazy. Play like it's 0-0.
And again, that comes with maturity, Taylor. And this is a team now that knows how to win, Hudson. I think that's the most valuable thing for these Kentucky players coming back. They now know what it takes to have a 10-win season, how to win the close games, how to win when you're not playing your best.
Look, people talk all the time about losing is an addiction. Well, so is winning. I mean, learning how to win is a legit thing, and you're exactly right. You see some of these coaches, Coach Stoops right there, he's hot because the second time in 2 weeks he's had a running back fumble inside the 5-yard line. You see Eastern Michigan's coach giving the referee Hubert Owens an earful, and he's mad because after the turnover, the referees didn't reset the clock, and he had to burn a timeout.
Yeah, that's my team.
It should have been reset to a 25-second play clock, and they never reset it. Coach Creighton saying, I got 3 timeouts in the ball.
I will be doing this for every Saturday.
Watch for this offense. This is a place on the field where offenses love to go for 2 to try to get a free 5 yards. The offense really, Mike, has nothing to lose here if they false start. See if the veteran savviness of Mike Glass will go on 2 here to try to get a free 5.
Precarious spot for Eastern Michigan from their own 1-yard line. Glass in the shotgun. Now back under center. Hand off on first down. Van, I don't know. Did he get past the goal line? That is really close to being a safety, but his forward progress will get him about a foot away from a safety.
Yeah.
The forward progress is what saved him.
Big Quentin Bohanna, number 95. Josh Paschal, number 4. And that's a power play run right between the A-gap and B-gap.
Y'all better be running, boy.
All 361 pounds, blowing up Mike Van Hoven at the center position.
Brad White, defensive coordinator, telling us the strength of this Kentucky defense is that D-line. Licking their chops here on second down. Looking to throw is Glass. Glass picked off at the 25. Down to the 20. And jumping out of bounds to the 11-yard line. That's Jordan
Chop
Griffin.
blocking.
Penalty flag on the play all the way back in the end zone.
Nobody hit him.
I didn't see it. I was watching the ball, but you always wonder when a flag is thrown backed up like that if it's going to be roughing the passer.
Okay, you two. Thank you.
First incompletion of the night for Glass.
Holding. Offense. Number 69.
Bam! Turnover! You talk about my defense now.
Not ideal to have your
That's better than Alabama's defense. You tell me Kentucky ain't gonna win this game.
And Mike Glass throws a high ball over the middle. First interception in 5 games for him. He's been extremely efficient. He makes good decisions. Jordan Griffin, number 3 there with a turnover, and that's something that Brad White, the new defensive coordinator,
yes, I'm ready for some Gators next week, boys. We ready for some Gators next week. Because these quarters ain't even beat your hood. The heck is water even playing? Damn it. I'm just going to laugh at you.
The Wildcats. Bowden in motion. It's going to be smoke between the tackles. Finds a crease.
Mark Cavassier smoke right down the field. Thank you for the stream.
And another flag now. Near the line
Look,
of
Florida
scrimmage.
State and Louisiana Monroe's tied.
This is going to be a dump penalty if it's on Kentucky.
Florida State loses to Louisiana Monroe.
No problem. Duke beating the crap out of North Carolina.
Lengthy discussion. Our officiating crew.
Carolina A&T ain't no Alabama.
After the play was over, a sportsmanlike conduct foul, number 20 on the
It's always on Kentucky because we.
Second down.
You see many of those on your tailback. That's on Cavassier smoke.
Number 99 on the defense that remained in the game. His helmet came off as a result of a sportsmanlike conduct foul.
I think he felt like Torian Rush
We always get
landed
that.
on him and hit him late, but
I know, but we always
you're cool there.
get in the.
Again, you're in the red zone. You got a prime opportunity. You're coming off of
33 people watching. See if y'all can get it.
inside the red zone, and
Throw it to
2 or
Bowden.
3 straight plays. You're going the opposite
Hey, if
direction.
y'all haven't already, make sure y'all do
Backs him up.
subscribe. Y'all's name will pop up
And 21.
right here with my finger
Basically
pointing,
the
right
1
there.
yard line for a first down. Wilson, quick hitter to Bowden in the flat, and Bowden dropped it.
That's forward pass.
Incomplete pass was forward, not a fumble. But a rare drop by Rick Bowden.
Might have been a touchdown. And they loaded the box, and Terry Wilson throws a bubble screen out to the perimeter, and he's got his 2 wide receivers out there blocking.
Why is there a
for him.
throw official?
It might be a walk-in touchdown, 2-on-2, and now you've got 3rd and 21. Just
Score
a lack
alert.
of concentration the past couple plays by this
Oh,
Kentucky
Arkansas
offense.
scored 3 points.
That's where you kind of miss a
Hey, Kentucky, Alabama did good today. They kicked the field goal and did
you
it.
know, in the huddle and on the field in crucial situations like this.
Gets Sabrina Brunson, the side judge. Call on that play. Now 3rd down at 21. Wilson over the middle. Incomplete. Has hands on it. There you see Sabrina Brunson, one of the few female officials, side judge, working this game.
There's a female ref. So hard to see. I know it's.
I should say.
But Kentucky's winning. I'm gonna trust this resolution.
Kentucky will have to settle for a field goal attempt. This will be from 40 yards.
Hey, try to put out on 720.
For the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, it works better on 720.
It's up, and it is through. So Kentucky settles for 3 off the turnover. Wildcats up
17-9. Kentucky's winning. Make sure y'all don't forget to subscribe.
On the nursery Bentonville by Dr. Pepper.
Do you know what time it is?
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. We should be out there celebrating.
Let me smell your breath. Not a trace of Dr. Pepper.
Look what you're doing to her.
Why are you celebrating?
We are. We're about to take a victory lap with the Streakers.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Streaker.
Hi, CJ. Great game, huh?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Ah, no wonder.
Academy Sports and Outdoors.
My phone's dying so much.
Welcome to the Hall of Allergies. Today we take a stroll down memory lane to see
No problem.
other OTC medicines.
Hey, is Lynn Bunny from
the
Ohio?
latest in 24-hour allergy relief. You see, Zysol lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, works faster than Claritin, and on first dose
I live
provides
in
the same
the
relief
Blue
as Zyrtec
Nation.
and nearly half the
Not
size.
saying
So for
I
the
live in the
latest
state
and
of
powerful
Kentucky.
relief that's just as effective
That's
at
all
hour
I'm saying.
24 as at hour 1, be wise
I don't live far from Ohio though.
Sir, please don't touch the exhibit.
You got it! Push it! Want to feel this motivated about managing your money?
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Push it, push it, push it.
Whoa, savings! You got this! Yeah! Yeah! You are
It's clear from my screen. I can see the bottom of it. 31 people. If y'all haven't already did so, make sure you don't hit the like and subscribe button.
Tools and guidance
Would
to
help
help
out.
you and your money go further.
Yeah, those Emmas, coach. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, if y'all haven't already, make sure you don't hit that subscribe button. Big TD and
Here on
Michael
the phone,
Glenn.
Academy Sports and Outdoors.
I know, but it's the best. Get it, but
Time now to look at the road to the championship, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.
Can I turn that light back
Hey,
on?
let's face it, we've been living in an Alabama-Clemson world. Clemson taking care of business today at home in Death Valley.
Clemson taught me
24-10
to
on a
talk
fine
about
performance
it.
by Trevor Lawrence, Heisman Trophy candidate. The other leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy, of course, plays for
is that
Alabama.
better?
Tua, 16 for 25, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yes,
and a
it
run
is.
over New Mexico State.
That's
We
way
could be
better.
looking at another collision course between
Wait,
the Tide and
who's that number
Tigers.
14?
Nice bounce back performance for Trevor Lawrence. I know against Georgia Tech, a couple interceptions, looked a bit rusty. But how about that Clemson defense? Only giving up 10 points at all.
Yeah.
After all the guys they lost.
Kentucky
on that defensive line in the
17,
draft.
Eastern Michigan 0.
Pretty impressive performance by Clemson. Better days ahead for Texas A&M program that appears to be on the rise under Jimbo Fisher.
That
Saturdays
Alabama
in the
beats
South.
Texas A&M.
Our
Colorado beat
documentary
Nebraska,
that chronicles the
Nebraska's
history of
dropping
SEC
out.
football. I'm loving this, by the way. I can't get enough of ESPN's coverage of the 150th anniversary of college football. This will be Tuesday at 9 Eastern, episode 2. We'll take you from the Great Depression from World War II into the 1950s. You can see it Saturdays in the South, right here on the SEC Network. Again, Tuesdays at 9 Eastern. Set your DVR if you can't watch it live. You will learn something.
LSU in Austin. They
I'm
have
gonna pause the
struck
stream
last.
for
A&M came up just short. Give you our take on the first half of
halftime.
Kentucky.
Good job. Keep up the likes, man. We should have 32 likes.
Pretty good.
It's
They cleaned it
16.
up offensively. A little sloppy around the red zone.
See
And
what
at least
happens.
20 likes.
Can't argue with that, Chris
This is the
Doring. I
most
mean,
I've ever
really,
had in a stream.
Eastern Michigan's defense has not been bad at all in this game. Their offense has put them in some precarious spots, but if you're Kentucky, you really feel like you should be up more than 17.
Yeah, we should. That should have been a touchdown.
Stressful situations for the Eagles defense.
Third and 11. Nice pocket for Wilson. Unloads, incomplete.
I'm surprised they didn't call a flag on that because there was a false flag on Kentucky.
Intended
or Cleveland Thomas.
63-17.
Third and long.
Georgia wins.
Stellar tonight. 6 of 8 before that,
Thanks,
so now 6
Chase
of 9
Parker,
on
for
third
subscribing,
down.
y'all.
Big improvement from last
After the
week,
game,
but
I'll definitely subscribe.
like you said,
There we go.
Mike, they just continue to play stingy
Just went
defense,
through.
forcing field goals. I mean, can you
All of
imagine the
them
past 2
have
times
said
this
she'll make
Kentucky
the
team got in the
touchdown.
red zone if they were scoring touchdowns? This game might already be out of hand.
Big one here.
Yes, it should.
Chance more from 40
Going.
yards. He had a 46-yarder earlier this season, but that one is wide right. Didn't
Wow.
have a chance.
Kentucky should have scored on that play.
So Kentucky comes up empty. And as we mentioned with this Kentucky team, 10 wins a year
I'll let
ago,
my
you
phone
are
charge.
replacing some really big shoes. Josh Allen, all-time sacks leader in scoring.
Yeah, Josh Allen,
31.5 first-round draft pick. One of the top rush ends in the country, and of course Benny Snell, all-time leading rusher. It was more than just the productivity for Benny Snell. He could have run for class president, probably would have won it the last couple of years. A leader on and off the field.
Put them L's down. I hate
this
Louisville.
program, and so you don't just replace those guys, but you certainly
Thank
have to
you
have
for
some guys step it
subscribing.
up. And you talk about the
15
skill set,
likes.
what they bring
Get
to
it
the
up
field,
to
but also
20
the
likes.
Ole Miss
20
is
likes.
just the veteran leadership on the field, in the locker room, on both sides of the ball. For both of those guys. Empty backfield for Mike Glass on a first down. 4-man rush. Lasers one. Little back shoulder fade falls incomplete.
You can't catch.
Well, guys, you mentioned the important players that Kentucky lost, one of which being Josh Allen, and that was something that Cash Daniel really took to heart. In fact, he told us he put a little bit too much pressure
Come on,
on
that could have
himself.
had
He
Cash
said last
Daniel
week
the
he
easy
really
pick
did not
six.
play his best ball because he was a little too uptight. He said he needed to get back to his version of ball, being comfortable, having fun out there, and by the looks of that last interception he had, guys, it looks like he's doing just that tonight.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gotten more comfortable. Good stuff, Taylor. Cash Daniel is going to have to be an all-conference caliber player for this Kentucky defense this year. With 4 starters. Josh Allen.
Okay. You're welcome, man.
Say, Cash Daniel, I don't know what's in store for him at the next level. Would love to see him get a chance to play pro ball. If not, whatever he does, I want to watch Hudson because
I
he's
went to
an intense,
McNabb to play
entertaining
football.
individual. Had a lot of fun talking with him yesterday.
One day,
I think the
we
guy
won.
is 100% of the
I was
time,
in middle
24
school.
hours a day, either on Spark or Red Bull.
I mean, this guy, if football doesn't work out, WWE wrestling,
Yes.
Ric Flair is what comes to mind.
No
for Cash
question.
Daniels. I mean, he is an energy bunny.
From the mountains of eastern Kentucky. He says, I always want to be one of the few that got out of there. Made a name for himself playing high-level football. Great catch and a perfect throw.
Dick, can you shut up? I'm trying to pay attention to the game.
That one to Keon Williams.
Shut up.
What a big catch. A chance to convert on third
If
down.
we win this, we should all
So
list.
far in the
No,
first
he
half.
ran 25 in
See what the
the
flag is.
Where's Alabama?
Going down to 3.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90 on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, that's number 90, first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
That's a senior in T.J. Carter, and that's the second
God, T.J. Carter.
unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Kentucky.
Who knows how much like he's supposed to wear?
Well, what a catch by Keon Williams. I mean, it was a phenomenal pass by Mike Glass to truss it and rip it, but look at the catch with the hands. I mean, that's what makes the difference to me. A receiver catches that with his body, that's an incomplete pass. That's what you like to see out of your receivers. A guy who just won't catch the ball, but he'll go get it.
Williams, just a sophomore, with a great grab, reeling that one in traffic. Again, empty backfield. Quick hitter, far in the point. Moving his way out of bounds to the 30.
Dad, can you please shut up? I'm trying to pay
7
attention.
yards
You're
there
paying attention. I'm just sitting
for
out
the
there doing
Eagles, who look to be getting
I told you not to
confidence now
talk
on
or
offense.
say anything
Big,
during the
big drive
Kentucky
for the
game, so
Eagles
put
here.
this back on.
They got to find a way to
Touchdown,
on that offensive
Latula.
line. You see him push
Quit!
There you go.
Between the tackles,
There you go.
busting it outside, and an ankle tackle at the 25.
Now,
West Turner might still be running. Sure, get a first down. Because what they love to do, here you go again, first down, you see they're in their NASCAR package, which means they're trying to go as fast as possible and prevent Kentucky from getting into their sets. Kentucky looking a little bit out of sorts defensively. And now they have time to set because Glass is looking over to the sideline.
Florida State's winning.
Kentucky completely out of sorts. From the 24, Glass on play action. Missiles one wide open target at the
Dad, can you please shut up?
BYU down
Hassan
30
Beydoun might have a touchdown.
Well, they ran a post wheel route on the outside. And you can see Jamari Brown right here. Takes the post, they double team the post and leave the wheel uncovered. And you're exactly right. Mike Glass just underthrew.
Can't concentrate when you're talking.
Touchdown.
Yeah, it's really on Glass more than the receiver. That should have been 6 if you're Eastern Michigan. The drive continues, now 1st and goal. Glass rolling out left. Goes that one up for grabs and deflected up in the air. Very dangerous, could have been picked off. Intended for Kemp, the tight end. And Jamari Brown, it might be the best corner talent-wise for Kentucky, had a chance at it.
Yeah, that's a tough play call for a quarterback on the near side into the hash to run a bootleg. And defensive end didn't bite on it. You got to flip your hips, and that's really a ball you'd like to see him just throw away, live to play another down. It's imperative that they get some type of points out of this drive. I still believe they can run the ball here on 2nd down. You've got 2 opportunities to score. See if they take advantage of blitz. Looks like you're going to get man from Kentucky.
Blitz coming. Glass running. Tricked up and sacked. Penalty flag falls.
Oh, that's on Eastern Michigan now.
Jordan Griffin came on the safety blitz.
Question is, do you accept this or decline it?
No.
Offense, number 74.
I would decline to go to 3rd and long. Eastern Michigan has a kicker, by the way, Chad Ryland, talking to some people with the program.
Guys, make sure y'all do subscribe now because my phone's about to die.
Ridiculous leg, although it's not entirely accurate. But he certainly has the strength no matter where you put him. Now you force a 3rd and goal from the 11.
Ryland had a game winner against Purdue last year, 50 yards. This is the longest that we've seen for him in his rage in a game.
Deafening noise here at Kroger Field.
I'm going to end it.
Glass with time. They're crossing route, but it's red all the way. Modest gain of about 4. Jackson on the reception. Seth Corker on the tackle, the free safety. Now at this point, Eastern Michigan just wants to get some points on the board. It will be Ryland, the sophomore out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
I did. If for some reason they ain't charging right.
24 yards.
I don't know why they ain't charging.
Snap and holder true, and the kick is good.
Dad, can you shut up?
I just said 14 points
Jesus,
down.
leave me alone.
You in my bedroom.
Cold offense. How about the night thus far for Terry Wilson?
Okay, I'm going to end it off right here. Make sure y'all do subscribe.
Kentucky
losing! Kentucky losing!
And they get in the Wildcat
Go
formation.
Bengals.